ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विद्नोति सुहृत्सतम्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So, today we are summarizing Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 4, the creation of the fourth order, chapter 6, Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva, the overall chapter summary. And before that, I want to do this one. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वां पदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते रमपदस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So I humbly bow down and seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas. Thank you for giving me opportunity to purify myself, and please ignore me for any shortcomings or misinterpretations on this summary. So we have completed chapter 6. In this chapter, we have seen the things happen after the Yajna ceremony, that post Yajna ceremony. So the whole chapter is divided into, like technically three parts: the part one, part two, and part three. The part one is the initial discussion between the priestess and Lord Brahma. And then Lord Brahma took all the priestess to the Kailasa hill. In the part two, Lord Brahma describes the importance and the greatness of the Kailasa hill. After that, in the part three, they go to the place where Shiva resides in the Kailasha hill. And after that, in the final section, Lord Brahma pleases, satisfies Lord Shiva. So in the text 1 and 2, all the priestess and the after ceremony, Yagna ceremony, they were defeated. They were defeated by Lord Shiva soldiers. They were injured. After that, they will approach Lord Brahma. Although the Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu, they know that they did not something going to happen badly over here. That's the reason they did not attend it, because the invitation did not went to the Lord Shiva. And text 3 to text 7 and almost 8, this discussion happened between priestess and Lord Brahma, because Lord Brahma knows that whoever attended the sacrifice, he replied, you cannot be happy to, he replied to the priestess, you cannot be happy in executing a sacrifice if you blaspheme a great personality. And therefore, if you offend, it will be consequences. So he explained all these things what about to the priestess. After that, text 9 onwards, they have reached the Kailasa hill. Lord Brahma took all the priestess along with him to the Kailasa hill. So now he started describing about Kailasa hill, the different plants, what happens exactly over there, what is in importance over there, etc. So 9 says that this is the place where abode of the lot of demigods who have taken birth, and they have a lot of mystic powers. Besides them, there are other human beings who are also known as Kinnaras and Gandharvas, or accompanied by their beautiful wives, who were known as Asparas and angels. And This hill also consists of mountains filled with all kinds of valuable jewels, waterfalls, and there will be a lot of animals with a different type of rhythmic sound of the peacocks and the vibrations of the bees, humming bees, and followed by there are a lot of trees that appears to call the sweet birds, which heads of elephant passes through the hills, something like looks like that. And in addition to that, the hill is decorated with various kinds of trees. Uh, in text 14 and 15 describes different type of trees like mandara, parijata, sarala, tamala, tala, kovidara. And also the hill is decorated with such trees which produces flowers with fragrance aromas, which gives a lot of great fragrance. And in followed to that, 17 also describes that uh, there are different type of fruits along with the flowers like jackfruit, banyan tree, and etc. Then this forest, the Kailasa hill along with the forest also contains different type of animals. Lord Brahma giving this description to priest like deer, monkeys, boars, lions, forest cows, tigers, etc. So in addition to that, uh, they are also seen different lakes like named Alakananda, where Lord Mother Sati used to take bath in that lake. And also they have shown the whole forest name called Saugantika because of the lotus flowers. They call it as Saugantika, the name of the forest, which is full of fragrance. Along with that, they also saw another river called Nanda, along with Alakananda. These two rivers are sanctified by the dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. Those are the important. That is the importance of that those rivers. And next, text 28 and 29 to 30 says that uh, in that forest there were many birds whose necks were colored reddish and whose sweet sounds mixed with humming of the bees. Along with that, they also saw that the bathing ghattas and their staircases were made of Vaidurya money. This water was full of lotus flowers. Passing by such lakes, the demigods reached a place where there was a great banyan tree. So here, the demigods, nothing but the priests and the demigods, they have reached up to the point with all those descriptions. There was a great banyan tree. So this is from this onwards, technically a final section. That banyan tree was 800 miles high and its branches spread over 600 miles around. The tree cast a fine shade which permanently cooled the temperature, yet there was no noise of birds. Next, the demigods saw Lord Shiva sitting under that tree, which was competent to give perfection to mystic yogis and deliver all people. Immediately, when they saw Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva sat there, surrounded by saintly persons like Kuvera, the master of the Guyakas, and the four Kumaras, who were already liberated souls. Lord Shiva was grave and saintly over there. And Brahma describes that, the whole description says that how Lord Shiva was sitting over there. He was seated on a deer screen and was practicing all forms of austerity, and his body was smeared with ashes. He looked like an evening cloud. Uh, Along with that, including the great sage Narada, to whom he specifically spoke about the absolute truth. Then the then explains about the sitting posture. His leg was placed on his right thigh, and his left hand was placed on his left thigh. Left hand was placed on his left thigh. So that is a sitting posture. Though immediately, so all the sages and demigods, headed by Indra, offered their respectful obeisances unto Lord Shiva with folded hands. Lord Shiva was dressed in saffron garments and observed in trance, thus appearing to be foremost of all sages. So as soon as they reached all the way to the banyan tree, they saw the Lord Shiva, and they all the demigods along with Lord Brahma, they offered uh, obeisances, because Lord Shiva is a great Vaishnava. They all know that. So on a return, Lord Shiva, in spite of his exalted position, as soon as he saw that Lord Brahma was there among all other demigods, he immediately, either Lord Shiva, immediately stood up and offered a return respect by bowing down and touching his lotus feet, just as Vamana Dev offered his respectful obeisances to Kashyapa Muni. So next, text 41 onwards, thus all the way to the last, it completely describes how Lord Brahma praises Lord Shiva. So first Lord Brahma says, "My dear Lord Shiva, I know that you are controller of the entire material manifestation, the combination father and mother of the cosmic manifestation, and the supreme Brahman beyond the cosmic manifestation as well. I know you are on that way." So similarly, Lord Brahma says to Lord Shiva, "You are the cosmic manifestation. You are the annihilator, maintainer by expansion of your personality. Also, uh, you are the system of sacrifices through agency of Daksha, thus one derive the benefits of religious activities and economic development." And also, all next says that you have ordained the heavenly planets, the spiritual Vaikuntha planets, and the impersonal Brahman sphere as the respective destinations of the performers of auspicious activities. Then Lord Brahma says that devotees who have fully dedicated their lives unto your lotus feet certainly observe your presence as Paramatma in each and every being, and as such, they do not differentiate between one living being and the other. Next, persons who observe everything with differentiation, who are simply attached to fruit activities, who are mean-minded, who are always pained to see the flourishing condition of others, and who thus give distress to them. And next text, 48 says that, my dear Lord, if in some places materialistics who are already bewildered by an insurmountable illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead sometimes commit offenses, at least saintly person with compassion does not take this seriously. That means Lord Brahma is saying that, yes, these demigods along with Daksha, they have committed offense, but asking a forgiveness over there. In the text says very clearly, knowing that they commit offenses because they are overpowered by the illusionary energy, it does not show his prowess to counteract them. And followed with that text is Lord Brahma says that, my dear Lord, you are never bewildered by the formidable influence of the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you are omniscient and should be merciful and compassionate towards those who are bewildered by the same illusory energy and are very much attached to the fruitive activities. Uh, Next, along with that, Lord Brahma also says that you are a shareholder of a portion of the sacrifice and you are the giver of the result. The bad priestess did not deliver your share, and therefore you destroyed everything, and the sacrifice remains unfinished. Now you can do the needful and take your rightful share. Next, Lord Brahma says that, pleases to Lord Shiva, in continuation to that, by your mercy, the performer of the sacrifice, King Daksha, may get back his life. Bhaga may get back his eyes. Burgu is mostek and Pusa is teeth. So again, along with that, he is asking offense, and also he wants to bring the situation back, whole situation. In that way, Lord Brahma pleasing, satisfying Lord Shiva. And finally, O Lord Shiva, may the demigods and the priestess whose limbs have been broken by your shoulders recover from the injuries by your grace. So, whatever the injuries, the bad things happen, he is asking, please give it with your mercy, please give it back. So, he's pleasing in that way. So finally, O destroyer of the sacrifice, please take your portion of the sacrifice and let the sacrifice be completed by your grace. So in that way, he ended the pleasing Lord Shiva. Lord Brahma ended the pleasing Lord Shiva. So the lesson learned from this chapter, what I understood is that in the first section, part one, we need to be very careful that uh, we need to consider Lord Shiva as a great Vaishnava, and we should not ignore at all. And even Lord Shiva or maybe Lord Shiva's devotees, etc. And on the other hand, we have to be very careful that Lord Shiva is powerful Vaishnava, but it's not as same as Lord Krishna. Why? Because we have every day we learn that offense that we should not consider Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva as equal to a Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead, because they are powerful, but not as much as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. So that is the point. We need to be cautious during our practices, and we need to very careful not to avoid those aparatas. So thus ends the chapter 6 of Canto 4. Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. So I will stop here. Thank you so much for opportunity for giving this opportunity to summarize this chapter. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha